what's up, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Touchdown Talk. We are here back live right here on Radio Garden State, YouTube, and Facebook to bring you 1 hour of fantasy football talk going into week 2, guys. Here we go. I am joined by my amazing co-host and fantasy football savant, Pablo Martinez. Pablo, how the hell are you, man? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, Chris. Happy Saturday, Josh. Happy Saturday, all. Welcome to week 2. We're here, and I'm excited. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, awesome. And yes, of course, we are joined also on the stage by our resident Washington Commanders loyalist diehard fan, Josh Parr, reeling from a beatdown on Thursday night on Prime TV.
Yeah. Listen, we're talking about this weekend's games, so we can just move on from that. What a debacle.
Well, you guys won the Super Bowl of New York, so you've got that and under your belt. And, you guys gave us a beat down, the New York Giants, which, so you got that. You got that feather in your cap for the rest of the season, so enjoy that.
Yes. I think we learned a valuable lesson about Green Bay, though.
Green Bay looked great. I mean, Jesus, Micah Parsons is uncaged. Oh my God, he was all
Their
over
defense, man, is not a joke.
No, if you got Green Bay D on your fantasy team, Jesus, hold on to that.
Yeah, not at all. And in the IDP league, I actually have Parsons because I was excited about this trade, this move, and he has really yet to take off from a fantasy perspective as an IDP contributor. But I'm not cutting bait yet. I'm going to hold on because I do think that arrow is pointing up.
Yeah, I wouldn't cut bait yet. Not at all. I would hang on.
Yeah, they've been easing him in very low.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. So, hey, guys, so as we go along here, we're going to be moving through some topics. We're, of course, going to look at our Week 2 matchups here in both leagues that we're in, the LOEMP League, which is the League of Extraordinarily Mediocre People League, and the Dirt. So we'll be going through those lineups and picking our winners and losers in each of those matchups. Before we move into it, do want to once again remind everybody that you can listen to us live right here on RadioGardenState.com. So for all you Radio Garden State listeners right now, we appreciate you tuning in and hanging out. Of course, Odyssey, TuneIn, and Radio.net apps as well carry the audio version of the show. And you can watch the video version right here on YouTube and Facebook. Hit that subscribe button, the follow button, share this with a fantasy football friend or a football friend in your life. That would be wonderful. And as we always do, we are here every Saturday starting at 10 a.m. All right, guys, we're going to move into it. We're going to move into some topics. We're going to move this show along, and I'd love to get your opinions, your fast takes on things. So let's talk about breakout and sleeper performances from last week, right? So looks like some prime targets for bigger roles. Troy Franklin from the Seahawks, wide receiver. Anybody have any thoughts on him and his performance as a standout from week 1?
Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin had an interesting week 1. Right now, off the top of my head, I'm not completely sure what his
that's all right.
His fantasy production was. I'm looking it up now. On the Broncos, he put up 8.4 points after being targeted a whopping 6 times by Bo Nix. Caught 4 passes for 44 yards, no touchdowns in week 1, but he was involved. He was involved maybe a lot more than all of us expected, and that's why I think it's definitely a viable option for us to look at in week 2, especially on a Denver Broncos offense with Sean Payton, who will always try to compete and will give the Kansas City Chiefs a run for their money this season. I do think legitimately this year the Chiefs do not have the guaranteed division locked up.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's not a foregone conclusion this year, at least not right now.
Negotiations with the Chiefs and the refs is still in holdout, so I think that's going to play a big part.
For sure. So let's move on to this one, guys. And I am an owner of Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. But I mean, holy cow, was that lopsided production? Zach Charbonnet should, I mean, not just me, but should we all be starting Zach Charbonnet? Are the Chargers using him? Is he the guy?
Seattle.
I mean, Seattle. Sorry, I'm looking at two different things.
Yeah. What's your take on that, Josh?
I was just looking to get a Walker's points, and he pulled up a whopping 5.4.
I mean, I had him starting. Of course, last year he was hot, and I did pick up Charbonnet as the handcuff, but this was all Charbonnet in this game. Do you think it's just this game, or is this an inclination of what Seattle's going to be doing? Is Charbonnet going to be the number one, or is this going to be literally Charbonnet being used in goal line situations and sort of vulturing all those points?
I mean, it's a little early to say, but I mean, who knows? Maybe they're trying to go by, there's more teams trying to do the running back by committee. It's working out for the Jets. I mean, we've been doing it a little bit in DC, so maybe they're going to try and spread the ball around to a couple different, backs.
Charbonnet was not targeted in the passing game yet, so I do want to point that out. He did have 12 carries, 47 yards, got the goal line opportunity there, got a rushing touchdown. I think that Ken Walker will be the lead back on this team, but his health is not always at 100%. So
yeah,
I really like Charbonnet. I actually have been trying to find ways to trade for Charbonnet, what makes sense to that Charbonnet manager today that I could offer so that I could acquire him, because I am excited about Charbonnet. I do think he'll do well going forward.
So I should be open to some trade offers for Charbonnet? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, if I was the Charbonnet
incoming
owner,
trade offer,
but that's I love trade. I think that's a huge part of the game. And even today, without knowing what'll happen with Charbonnet,
right?
If I am the person who's rostering Charbonnet on my team, and I can flip him for another piece that's contributing right now in exchange for the potential that Charbonnet may be, I would do it, because we don't know. None of us know at the end of the day what Charbonnet may be. And it might not pan out to be anything, but right now it certainly looks very promising.
Yeah, go ahead, Ken, hit up Pablo for trades.
What was that, Josh?
That's Ken's got him. So Ken, reach out to Pablo.
And LOAMP, yeah. I've already been looking at Ken's roster, see what makes sense. I'm playing against him this week, so maybe I'll wait till next week before I try to make his team better. We'll see.
Right. So another little sleeper one, another name I want to throw out here before we move into some of our bigger marquee things that happened last week. A lot of chatter. I've been hearing this too on some fantasy shows and all that. Alec Ayomanor. I cannot pronounce this guy's last name. I've been trying. I still can't get it, but he's the wide receiver in Tennessee. Everybody across the board is saying he is an easy sleeper start heading into week 2. Any thoughts on that one? Looking at him and what he did last week, everybody seems to be a little bit of buzz around him going into week 2 and saying that he's a guy that you should have either picked up or you should be starting in your week 2 lineups.
So I definitely like the kid. I don't know, Josh, what your thoughts are. He's a young wide receiver who got a lot of attention from Cam Ward in week 1. He got 7 targets, didn't necessarily produce too much right out of the gate,
but there's some chemistry.
Right, and he was constantly looking for him. Even when he was not actually targeted, he was definitely looking out to see how he could connect the ball with Ayomanor. So I agree. I definitely think he's a stash player that happens to still be available in our LOEMP league. But I've been looking at him as well. I definitely like the potential due to the fact that with a rookie quarterback, it's anyone's guess as to who's truly going to emerge as a significant wide receiver on this team, aside from Calvin Ridley, which is who we all expect to have the wide receiver 1 numbers. But at the end of the day, let's see if that actually happens.
Yeah. Josh, you got anything to add to this?
Yeah, I mean, you've got Ridley and you've also got Tyler Lockett, who, are both big weapons. So at this point in the season, they're going to be getting double teamed. They're going to be getting a lot of eyes from defensive secondaries. So that's going to leave AMNer a little more open. So at least for the next couple of weeks, I think he's going to get more targets as, the big guns are getting covered a little more heavily.
Yeah.
He would definitely be my
superstar, but he might be a good producer for the next month or two.
I think so. He'd definitely be my preferred option after Ridley, even above Lockett, in my opinion.
Yeah, so definitely potential. I mean, if you got him on your team, and especially if you need some holes in that flex spot, or whatever, like probably a really good guy to start, or even, if you own him and you're maybe looking to make a trade and somebody's a little short on wide receiver, could be some good trade bait for you. So good way to look at that. All right, let's move into some other marquee here. JJ McCarthy, guys, impressed? Are we impressed with what we saw on Monday night? Are we feeling like, wow, this kid's got some sauce, or what?
Well, which half?
Well, I mean, just overall. I mean, from a fantasy perspective, our fantasy owners, should they be excited about having him on the roster?
I mean, he put up a fair amount of points, so I think, yeah, he's got weapons. I mean, he's got
Justin Jefferson,
of good players. So
I was watching a lot of the behind. They had Justin Jefferson mic'd up on that, and man, what a great teammate that guy is! Holy cow! Like really pumping him up and boosting him and being like just all game. You got to love that. Great teammate Justin Jefferson is, man. Him and JJ McCarthy. And listen, good connection between the two of them. But and even his little rushing touchdown too. Like, I mean, if I was a Justin Jefferson owner, I'd be excited too. But JJ McCarthy, man, if I had him on my roster, I think I'd be, wow, all right. Potential breakout season. I mean, one game, right? It's one game, but it was impressive.
It was half a game, to Josh's point. Like, yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely in such little time, he did so much that, yes, we were disappointed with the first half, but the potential is there. We saw it. And I'm excited. I've been very, very hopeful for this kid after last year not being able to do anything after a significant injury. I think this is going to be great for Justin Jefferson. In some dynasty leagues that I played in, I traded hard for him last year to try to get him on the cheap because I do think that he is going to be fantastic. And so far, week one, we did see that, although we did have a low point half. So I guess we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's definitely something to keep an eye on, but I think I'd be pretty excited if I had him on my team right now. All right, we're going to move into one last one here, and then I want to talk about maybe some of the disappointments from week 1, too. I know I've got one. But, guys, should we be excited about Daniel Jones? From a fantasy perspective, should we be excited about Daniel Jones?
I am.
Okay, Pablo is. Josh, but I mean, just from fantasy, as a fantasy player, is he somebody to be excited about?
I mean, I think so. I mean, let's not get too crazy about it. They
one
played
game.
The Dolphins this week. I think it was the Dolphins. They're not playing. They got the Broncos, so maybe reserve some judgment for
come back down to earth this week.
Yeah, because they've got. I mean, look what's coming up. They've got the Broncos this week, Titans next week. Okay, then the Rams, the Raiders, Chargers. I think they got their schedule gets significantly more difficult after this. So if the offensive line can keep him protected, then he'll be a good fantasy asset. If not, everybody saw what happened in New York. So
fair.
At this point, I couldn't tell you for sure.
Yeah. Now, sticking on this, and listen, I wound up, my brother traded me Daniel Jones in the Dirt League, and I took that. I was like, oh, I need a third quarterback anyway. He is the starter, so why not have him on my bench? And now I'm really feeling like that was a really good trade. So, yeah.
It was.
Yeah, Kevin, I know you Giants fans are mad. Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, it's the typical Giants way. Trade a guy who is not great and then goes to another team and outperforms. I mean, of course, Saquon, great example, is just one. We'll see. I mean, it's definitely maddening after, seeing what Russell Wilson didn't do and all that. And then you see Daniel Jones, who was basically kicked to the curb, and then he performs. But hey, it's one game. Josh's point, it's the Dolphins. I'm going to leave him on my bench this week, but I am definitely feeling okay. I think he's a good viable, especially during a bye week or something like that, or if one of my starters goes down. I at least feel like I got somebody who can get me some points, and it's not like a black hole, at least for now. But we'll see. We'll see. Talking about the Indianapolis Colts and maybe talking about now players that were a bit of a disappointment. Jonathan Taylor owners, should they be alarmed? Should we be benching Jonathan Taylor? I personally don't think so, but love to hear your guys' quick perspective on Jonathan Taylor. It's hard when you're going to week 1. Everybody's rusty. It's basically like preseason for starters, but like, is there an overreaction? No reaction? Just stay the course?
I mean, he still produced. It's not like he had a terrible week. He didn't put up the numbers that we were expecting. But, yeah, I mean, they had 272 yards in the air for that game, so it didn't leave a whole lot more to the running game. So,
yeah.
I think that the Colts put that game away early, and in a very, very intelligent manner. They asked Jonathan Taylor to just take a break, and they threw out the rookie running back Giddens to see what the kids got, and he was interesting. They actually gave him quite a few rushing attempts, and he was really good. In one of our leagues, I forget which one, I think it was Dirt, I went out to acquire Giddens because why not? I mean, if I don't expect them to put a lot of games away early like they did with Miami, but should Jonathan Taylor go out, Giddens is going to be a really interesting contributor. I wouldn't be worried about Jonathan Taylor, barring injury. Like, I don't think that he didn't produce because he just wasn't playing well. I think that they maybe just didn't need him, and that's kind of what happened in week 1.
Right. Now, let's switch it up. I have someone who put out up a big dud on both my starting wide receiver 1, my first round draft, my keeper in LOEMP, and my first round draft pick in Dirt, Jamar Chase. Now, Burrows did not have a good game. He was on his back a lot. I mean, Jesus, I thought the Giants' offensive line was terrible. I don't know who's worse, the Bengals O-line or the Giants O-line. Holy smokes.
How we survived that game unscathed is shocking to me. He is a tough dude.
I mean, you're not kidding. Holy crap, man. He took a pounding last week. But obviously, now looking into that as a Jamar Chase owner, I mean, what do you guys think? Should I be alarmed? Should all Jamar Chase owners be alarmed right now? I mean, last year we kind of saw the same thing a bit, slow start, and then of course then freaking Burrow went off, and then Jamar Chase started putting up big points. Do we think we're maybe in for the same ride this season?
I think so. I think there's nothing to worry about. I think that's just it. It was one low game. That's all. Don't be alarmed. Chase is going to have those big monster games. They're not all going to be big monster games. They're not all going to be this terrible, though. This was a disappointing game. This was definitely a game that when your first round pick puts up 5 points or less, that hurts a lot, and it may cost you the week. Maybe you didn't win because of that, but I don't think that this is going to be the common denominator. You're going to see a lot more out of Chase and Burrow, for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not benching him. I'll tell you that. I mean, no way. I mean, he's still Jamar Chase, and all it takes is for some good clicks to happen here, and boom. I mean, the guy's a huge playmaker, and he puts up big fantasy points. So I'm not benching him, but it is always like, I look down my lineup and I'm like, mostly all my starters were duds. Malik Neighbors didn't do too much because Russell Wilson was completely awful in that game, so I didn't get much production out of him. Of course, we talked about Kenneth Walker, and I started him over Charbonnet, and Charbonnet had all the all the action. I picked up Jared Goff. He's another quarterback that got destroyed. Another Green Bay casualty. I don't know if I should be worried about that. So I mean, there were some definite duds last week that I thought, okay, weren't going to get completely hosed, but oh my gosh.
Well, here's a dud for you, and here's a question for you boys. In my other league, I've got Bo Nix, and I've got Baker Mayfield. So I'm of the opinion for this week with Bo Nix going to Indianapolis and Baker playing Houston. I think I'm going to start Baker because Bo got absolutely thrashed.
Yeah, he got thrashed. But I don't know.
176 yards, 1 tutty, and 2 interceptions.
I mean, who's in your super flex?
This other league is not a super flex.
Oh, okay, not a
Single
super
quarterback.
flex. Oh,
Single
gotcha,
QB.
single quarterback. Okay, I don't know about that, man. That's a great question. I don't know if who's Tampa playing again?
They've got Houston.
They're playing in
so
Houston.
Playing in
fairly
Houston.
stout defense.
I mean, Houston's defense isn't that great.
I think that in a case like this for a single quarterback league where you have two really good quarterbacks, because at the end of the day they're both really good options.
Yeah.
Play your matchups, man. That's what I would do. Try to see who plays at home. In this case, they're both playing away. But if that's still not clear as to which one of the two, then maybe who has the more difficult matchup. I think maybe in this case, if you chose to go with Baker, I wouldn't blame you. I think I would probably do the same.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I had
I might be
Baker
screwed
for
either way because I'm playing against Dak. So,
I mean, I had Baker for 2 seasons on LOEMP, and I think I may even have him on Dirt one of the seasons. But I was great. I mean, he put up points every week except for So I don't think there was any time where I benched him at all. I mean, he was my starter, QB1. And he almost never, I don't think he ever disappointed once. I mean, he put up big points in 2 seasons. So,
Yep.
I mean, Bo Nix obviously had an amazing run last year, but that was last year. And we got to see what he's going to do this year. So, yeah, I agree with Pablo. Play the matchup and see how it goes. So, yeah, I go with that. All right. I'm going to do this really quick, and then we're going to move into our picks. So, top streaming defensive matchups here. Some recommendations that I scoured the internet for just to get what the internet was saying collectively, but love to get your guys' quick opinion on these, and then we'll move on. Sound good?
Yeah.
Starting the Rams D against the Titans.
Rams D against the Titans. So the Titans right now on paper after 1 week, okay, small sample size, appear to be one of the easiest matchups for defenses and special teams. So I definitely think that that's a strong play. I don't know, though. This is where I'm not convinced. Small sample size. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think Tennessee's offense will eventually click and will eventually put up a lot of great points for fantasy. But maybe week 2, I would maybe still target them as a team to try to find a defense to play against.
I mean, Cam Ward was sacked 6 times in that game, but I mean, maybe they've shorted up in his week 1 game.
Josh,
So we'll
any comment there on the Rams?
No, I was just thinking about what you said about 6 sacks, so that's going to be. We'll see what that line.
I mean, that's what I'm seeing here. Is that it? But I mean, that was that game, and maybe they fix some things, and different week, different team here. So, all right, let me get you guys' reactions on this. San Fran D over the Saints, because they're playing the Saints, starting the San Fran D.
San Francisco's defense.
San Francisco's defense, starting San Fran's defense this week because they are playing the Saints. Spencer Rattler.
I don't hate it.
Rookie QB there. Well, yeah, rookie QB for the most part. And, are they going to force some multiple turnovers with him, put the pressure on? What do you guys think? You think starting San Fran D this week is a good play against the Saints?
I do. I definitely do.
I do too.
I
would do that.
Unless you have another defense that you've already chosen or you prefer, I think a lot here early in these weeks has to do with matchups for teams, and if you think Rattler would be a good candidate to target with a defense, then yeah, absolutely, San Fran would be a strong play. But if you have another preference, another option, I wouldn't blame you to go with a different team over San Fran. But I do think it's a strong play for week 2.
All right, 2 more matchups, and then we're going to move into our picks, guys. Here we go. Seattle at Steelers. everybody on collectively on the internet is recommending, hey, starting Seattle, Seattle D this week, as they are playing the Steelers, going into Pittsburgh.
That's a tough call going against the Lord of Football.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. I'm not sure that I feel the same way.
I mean, this is once again, this is what the internet is saying collectively. I'm just pulling these notes. I did a quick search to see what the roundabout consensus is that starting Seattle is the preferred. If you have Seattle defense, you should start them because they are going into Pittsburgh this week.
I'm not so sure that's the play that I would make. I think the Jets D last week against Pittsburgh didn't do so well. They played at home,
and
they still didn't do so well.
Yeah.
So I don't know that that's what I would do. I think I would probably pick Pittsburgh's defense.
Pittsburgh D. Okay.
To play against Seattle over Seattle's to play against Pittsburgh.
All right. Very good. Josh, you got some quick thoughts on that before we move on?
Yeah, same thing. They're in Pittsburgh, so
yeah.
Take the Pittsburgh D.
All right, guys. Last one. This is going to be a homer pick, but we'll see. I mean, I got to be objective about this. Dallas Cowboys D over the Giants. If you got the Dallas Cowboy D, should you be starting him this week? Playing the New York Giants.
Flip a coin. Flip a coin.
I will tell you this, that the New York Giants, their defense kept them in that game way longer than they should have, because honestly, by halftime, I was like, I don't know how this game isn't like 30 to like 6 at this point. And their D kept them in that game for as long as, unfortunately, the D was on the field so freaking much because the offense did nothing that, like anything, wear and tear, tired. That's it. You can only do so much. Could the same thing happen this week?
Well, don't forget, we had a whole lot of penalties that brought back huge first down plays.
True. Very true. I mean, I'm not saying Dallas has a high octane offense right now, but hey, it is a rivalry game. I mean, what do you guys, I mean, do you think Dallas is the good pick this week to start as your defense, knowing that they're playing the Giants?
I mean, after seeing what your offensive line did, and
our O-line is garbage. It's trash right now. Andrew Thomas doesn't look like he's coming back anytime soon.
But they don't have
I have Dallas in both of our leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, significant. But even without Parsons, I still picked up Dallas in our Dirt League and the LOEMP League for week 2 because of this matchup. I know it's an unpopular take on our show and in this region, but I have been targeting the Giants offense to stream defenses against them. Washington did okay last week, but they played at Washington. Now this week the Giants go to Dallas. They're going to struggle. It's going to be difficult. They didn't throw a touchdown pass last week. They didn't score a touchdown period on the ground either.
Yeah.
They'll probably do better this week, but I still think it's a favorable matchup for that defense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Giants fan, but I can only go on what I see. And right now, the Giants are their offense is bad. Offensive line is bad. There are some great bright spots. There's some good weapons on that team, but the line can't seem to protect the quarterback as of last week. I don't know if anything's going to change going into Dallas. I sure hope so, but that's wishful thinking. I do think that the Giants defense is much more improved than it was last year. We got some great players on there, and I think they're clicking. It's just that, once again, if the defense stays on the field the entire game for as long as they have, you just can't. It's not sustainable. So, but in this case, I do think Dallas defense has the upper hand. If the Giants play like they did offense plays like they did last week, Dallas is going to have their way with the Giants. That's just it. So I agree. I think if you have the Dallas D this week, start them.
You think the Giants are going to put Scatabo in more?
I think they should. I mean, the kid's great. He's smash mouth football. I love it. I mean, he can wear a defense down. I mean, if you can't pass once again, no, but he's got to have a line. And if the line can't create opportunities for him, there's only so much he can do, but he could be good to wear down the defense a little bit and maybe try to create some opportunities that way. Or if you can get him the ball fast, short passes, the Giants way, short passes down the line. So, All right, guys. Great. Thank you. Let's do this. Let's go into our picks for the week, going into our fantasy leagues that we are all in here. We're in two. The three of us are in one together, the LOE&P League, League of Extraordinary and Mediocre People, and then the Dirt League, Pablo and I are both in. We're going to go through these pretty quickly. We're going to move this along faster than we normally do, but we do have a game of the week, so we'll just spend a little bit of extra time on our game of the week. Pablo, what is our game of the week in the LOE&P League? That's where we're going to start this week.
All right. Yahoo's selection for game of the week in our LOE&P leagues happens to be none other than Grudy McGrudenface,
All right.
our Commander's resident manager here, Josh, versus Team Keg. That would be Greg's team, I believe.
Yes, absolutely. And
All
as
right.
you can see, too, our biggest blowout of the week last week was Super Lamario Brothers, our current champ, Wayne, who eviscerated Ken's team, the Marlboro Man, by almost 69 points, or 68.33 points, just completely steamrolled over Ken's team. And as it stands right now, Super Lamario Brothers is in first place, points-wise. So he is in first place. Second place is Keith's Cool Team. Josh sitting at number 3 right now. Grudy McGrudenface, Manja Magic at 4, and Team Keg at number 5. So that's your top 5. So let's dive in really quick here into our game of the week matchup according to Yahoo Fantasy. Grudy McGrudenface versus Team Keg. Quick look here. Our QB1 matchups. Mahomes versus Baker Mayfield. Josh, you got Mahomes, who's playing Philly. And we got Team Keg, Greg with Baker going into Houston. All right, guys, quick takes on this lineup, this matchup.
Josh, you go first. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings?
You're the manager here, bud.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling great about this week.
I mean, you got some great.
If you just look at who my players are playing, like
you got a great lineup though of receivers, bud.
Yeah, but
Puka,
Tennessee, Pittsburgh, at Baltimore,
JSN,
all three are pretty stout defenses. And then
Jerry Jeudy, come on.
He had a decent week last week. See?
Yeah, man.
I'm not crazy.
The loss of Brock Purdy comes as a big negative impact. I see you had to start Breece Hall in your super flex.
That is that is a crummy loss for you, bud. I am sorry for that one.
Which that's a good question. When is Pat's bye week? Hopefully Brock will get back.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I gotta check that.
San Fran's bye week is 14.
All right. So Brock will be back before then, God willing. I think I almost said 4 to 6 weeks, right, for Brock?
That's what they were saying, 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna see Mac Jones for a little bit. For anyone with Brock Purdy on their team, if you're still able to acquire Mac Jones, it's not pretty, but it's better than not having a quarterback if you need one. In this case, you do have a solid option with Breece Hall. I do like Hall's matchup. I do like the opportunities he will be getting. But it's a tough one.
And Breece had a good game last week, man. I mean, I know they made the whole announcement running back committee, but he still put up 16.5 points. So from fantasy, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, even at that,
pretty good.
Without the second quarterback, you're still projected to win the game. And it's a super, super close matchup. So all in all, things are still looking pretty good for you, my friend.
Yeah. I mean, I feel confident picking your team here, Josh. I think that you've got enough firepower to make it through. I mean, I know the Baker factor here going into Houston Monday night, but I don't know. I'm going to go with you, man. I think you've got some better receivers on your side than I'm looking at Team Keg. So I am going to go with Grudy McGrudenface as my pick.
All right. Very good. That'll be my pick as well for this week too.
All right. And Josh, I got to assume you're going to be picking your guy as well, your team.
Yep. I will take myself. And again, for 2 weeks in a row, I should have started Ertz instead of TJ Hawkinson.
It's all right. All right. Hey, okay. Real quick here. We do have, before we move on to our next matchup, we do have a couple quick questions here. So we'll just to see if we can help these guys out. Who do I start at flex in a PPR tight end premium? Is that what I'm reading at right? PPR tight end premium? Yep. Juwan Johnson, Jalen Waddle, or Jordan Mason?
All right. Well, I'll tell you right off the bat, number one, I've been targeting Juwan Johnson heavily after week one. After seeing his involvement with New Orleans, he's been one of those players that if you were struggling at tight end or happened to lose a tight end like I did in a couple of leagues, he's a wonderful, wonderful replacement, especially in a full PPR tight end premium league. So right out of the gate, I would say Juwan Johnson has my attention. Waddle and Mason. That's how do you guys feel about those two guys?
I would not start Waddle. I mean, I don't think Miami's offense cannot be trusted at all right now, at all. So I just don't see Waddle. And I mean, Jordan Mason's good. I gotta go with. I do like Juwan Johnson the best out of this lineup, though.
15 rushing attempts in week one for Mason. He did okay. It wasn't fantastic,
it was okay.
but it was good usage. So that might be the coin flip for me if it's going to be Juwan Johnson or Mason, whichever one gets into the end zone. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would go Juwan Johnson on this one. That would be my pick. But Josh, real quick, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I'm going with Juwan as well.
All right. Well, there you go, Liam. Hopefully that helps you out there. We're all in agreement to start Juwan Johnson this week. All right, one more quick question we have over from Twitch. Max Doran, do I start McMillan, Pollard, or Keenan Allen in my flex cut point PPR?
Okay. So first reaction
PPR.
is
sorry. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Full PPR. Thank you, Max. Appreciate you, bud. Thank you for clarifying.
First reaction for me is I'm extremely intrigued in what we see from Keenan Allen in week 2 because week 1 was a wonderful surprise that most of us didn't expect. So if he can keep that up, I love Keenan Allen as a play going forward.
Yeah,
but can he do that? That's kind of where the question is, at least for me. Out of these three, I think I like him the most, but it's very, very risky because it was just 1 week.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely encouraging to see, but I don't know. He's getting up there a little bit. Yeah. But I mean, if he has another great week.
McMillan's against Arizona's defense, so
right.
I guess you could make an argument for that, but I mean, I'm still going with Keenan Allen, I think, in this particular matchup between the three.
For week 2, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Tedero McMillan for sure will have a better season likely, but it's going to take him a little while to really solidify.
Yeah, I still think they need a little bit more chemistry going there and a little bit more time together. I mean, it's encouraging, but I think I'd go with Keenan Allen as well. Just seems to be the safest out of the three.
I was a bit disappointed with Pollard. Just want to throw that out there as well.
I was
as a
disappointed
Pollard manager
too.
Not what I was expecting to see. Hopefully, the dude can turn it around, but we'll see how that goes.
He was a guy that at one point fell to me during the draft, and I didn't take him because I was like, I just don't see it, and I didn't pick him up.
He's got a tough matchup this week too. So
I just wasn't feeling him. So all right, and then one last
if it
question.
Wasn't for that fumble, it wouldn't have been that bad a week for him, but that fumble really,
All right, we got one more quick question, and then we're gonna move on here, guys.
A trade
question. Trade Bo Nix,
Kenneth
Walker, and Charbonnet. So it's a package. So trade Bo Nix for Kenneth Walker, Charb for the three for Hurts and Worthy. So you're trade Nix the two running backs for Hurts and Worthy. It's a half PPR league. His running back room is Bucky, Pollard, Mason, and Harvey. I feel like you're giving up a lot here.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't think I would do this trade, guys. I mean, I'm already feeling like I'm giving up more than I'm receiving in this one, but that's my initial thought. What are your guys' thoughts? I don't know. Giving up a Bo Nix in that running back room, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's
out right now.
He's got a nice running. He's got a nice, but we just talked about. I mean, Bucky I like, but Pollard, Mason, I don't know.
And Worthy's out right now. He's got a dislocated shoulder, so who knows how long that's going to be.
I don't know. I'm not. My immediate gut reaction is I'm not feeling this trade, but I'd love to hear you guys. Josh, you don't seem like you like this. Pablo, immediately you start shaking your head, so I got a feeling you're in alignment on that one too.
Yeah, I appreciate the context about the rest of the running back room, and I can see how, sure, you can maybe uh, let go some of those very, very valuable pieces like Bo Nix, Kenneth Walker, and Charbonnet. But I don't like the return on that one, especially with Worthy not being able to contribute now and having Rashee Rice come on later. So rest of
Yeah.
season, I don't love what you're getting for that trade. I think if Hurts was accompanied by a more important wide receiver, I would definitely be more interested in making that trade.
Yeah, I agree. I don't feel like there's a lot of upside for you in that trade other than getting Hurts, but you already have a good quarterback. So, um, and I think Bo Nix is going to I think Bo Nix will have a really good season in the long run, provided he, of course, stays healthy. But all right, well, hopefully, JT, that helped. All right, we're going to jump back into our picks and we're going to move this along, guys. So, once again, just to review our picks for the Grudy McGruding Face versus Team Keg, we have all gone with Grudy McGruding Face. All right, we're going to start from the top down here. My team, Goff My Lawn versus Tinker Stinkers. I did not win last week. I lost basically all my big players did not really perform. I did make a switch here. I did put Cedric Tillman in because he did actually have a pretty decent game against Kevin's team, Tinker Stinkers. Real quick, guys, what's your fast assessment here? Looking at my lineup and his lineup, who is set to win this matchup?
I mean, right. The first thing I see is you've got Stafford on the bench and Flacco in there. Flacco didn't do all that great last week, and he's there in Baltimore.
Yeah,
I would take Stafford at Tennessee.
I was thinking about making that switch. I was thinking about making that switch before he even said that this morning. I was looking at it, but I'm like, you know what? I'll leave it. We'll talk about it in the show.
Tinker Stickers had a terrible, terrible week one. Is currently in last place because he not only lost his matchup, but also scored the lowest points of the week last week. So he's most certainly hoping for a better output from his fantasy players, but he had several guys that didn't come through. He bet on Loveland. He bet on Matthew Golden. He bet on several players that, he also was the, victim of Dak Prescott's terrible week one performance. So good morning to all who are just chiming in now. But I think he's definitely going to look to bounce back in this matchup. However, I think your team is pretty solid there, Chris. And if I had to pick one right here, right now, it would be Goff My Lawn.
Yeah, well, of course, I'm picking myself as well. Josh, what's your official pick?
Yeah, I'm sticking with old Christopher Virgilio on this one.
All right.
The firepower is there.
I'm coming for you, Kevin Williams. Coming for you, Tinker Stinkers. Here we go. It's official. It's in the books. So we've all, and of course, I'm picking my own team as well. So Goff My Lawn. All right. Swift Kick in the Pits versus Manja Magic. My brother Kevin sitting in the 9th spot right now. Manja Magic sitting nice in 4, sitting pretty in number 4 there. Right now has a jump and is the projected winner of this matchup. Guys, quick thoughts here on this matchup.
So it's pretty lopsided. Let's start there.
It is very lopsided right now. Yes, absolutely.
Yep. Manja Magic got the start on Thursday night. Got a good start with a good performance out of Jordan Love.
Had a great game.
Yeah. And looking through the rest of the lineups, aside from the tight end matchup, which is, the projection is definitely in Manja Magic's favor. Everything else looks semi equal.
Yeah.
However, the projection is still very high in Manja Magic's favor.
15 points for Trey McBride is crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So, all right. So you're going to go with Manja Magic. What about you, Josh? Where are you picking?
Yeah, BB's got it this week.
Yeah, I got to go, even though it's my brother's birthday weekend. Happy birthday, Kev. Happy 40th. And we'll all be celebrating there in a few hours. I do have to pick Manja Magic as well. I don't know if my brother can overcome the firepower that the Magic brings.
How
so
does
there it
BB
is.
do it?
All in favor of Manja Magic this week. All right, the Marble Man looking for a bounce back, playing against our co-host here, Pablo Martinez, back at the moon. Ow! Let's go. What are we seeing in this?
So what do you guys think? I'm definitely
Yeah.
interested in what your takes are.
Right away, I am hoping, as well as Marlboro Man, that Joe Burrow gets some protection and gets some time this week, because being a Jamar Chase owner, I want to see the ball more, and I'm sure he would love to see good production out of Joe Burrow versus Jalen Hurts on the other side. Debo had a nice game. So even though, hey, the Commanders lost this week, though, Josh, Debo had a pretty good game there, and he did put up 17 points for our for you, bud, for Bark at the Moon. But yeah, we looking down here. I mean, a lot of even matchups here. This projection is really not that far off. You guys, 167 and 165 projections.
And with
yeah,
right now sitting Wilson, I guess he's not too confident in the Giants' offensive line.
No.
No, he's going with Bryce Young this week. Yeah, and I don't blame him. I mean, Wilson's probably going to have a very, very difficult time in Dallas. So I think that's an easy pick as well.
Yeah. It won't be too long before we see that Jackson Dart numbers start going up there.
I'm hopeful that that's the case. I also have him in one of our leagues, and I'm just waiting. I'm twiddling my fingers, just can't wait for that moment to happen. But anyway, so I'll give you my take. I'm super thrilled about Debo. I mean, I know it hasn't been absolutely fantastic, but he's been solid. He's contributing, and I do think he's going to continue to be heavily involved on this team. So, hopefully his health stays in tip-top shape. And now, even with the loss of Eckler potentially for the season, with what's feared to be a torn Achilles tendon, Debo will have a significant role on this team, and I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like both these lineups, man. I think this is a really good even matchup, and providing Joe Burrow can actually get something done, that could be a difference maker this week. Because I like Cincinnati going into Jacksonville. Could be a lot of points there. Because I feel like Jacksonville might be a little bit easier to handle for Cincinnati. We'll see what happens with Jalen Hurts going into Kansas City. But yeah, I am. This is an even matchup. I think Marble Man, if Joe Burrow performs, might have the slight edge over you, my friend. I hate to pick against you, but
no, please go ahead.
I am feeling like if some of the stars align, Marble Man may eke this out. This may come down to stat corrections potential. So. I'm going to go with Marble Man this week.
Okay. What's your take, Josh? What do you think this week?
It's a tough one. I mean, just looking at the quarterback matchups with Burrow and Jacksonville, you were just talking about that, and Jalen in Kansas City. They're not the Kansas City, the dynasty team that they were, but that's still a pretty stout defense.
Yeah.
So, like Chris was saying, I mean, this is going to be tight. I don't know how good a shape Joe Burrow's going to be in. He got the hell beat out of him last week. So I think I'm sticking with Pablo on this one.
All right, there it is. Bark at the Moon, Pablo and Josh, and I'm just going to go with Marble Man this week because I feel like he may just eke this one out.
Before we move on, let me ask you about one quarterback there that I got. Trevor Lawrence. What are you guys? I'm super optimistic about T-Law this season. I think he'll have one of the better seasons he's had in quite a while. And I think in part it's going to be because his wide receiver room has been continuously getting improved.
Agreed.
How do you guys feel about him?
Listen, there's no doubt that, I mean, everybody, we all make fun of him a lot and all that stuff, but the guy has the talent to be a super elite quarterback in my eyes at some point. When is it going to happen? I mean, and he's on a team that has been in constant transition and everything, and moving around to different coaches and all that. And yeah, I mean, the more they give him some weapons, then yeah, the better he'll be. So I don't think it's ever been a matter that the guy doesn't have the talent. He hasn't had a lot of good talent around him. Finally, it looks like that's starting to happen. So I agree. I mean, he's definitely somebody to watch for sure. I mean, he puts up points. I mean, he's had some big games, and it wasn't that long ago that they were on that big run. It's only been a year or two since they were on that kind of big run back in it, going through the playoffs and all that. So,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he puts up more points than Jalen this week because they're going into Cincinnati, who may have the worst defense in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, and they're going to need to throw the ball against the Cincinnati team that will also put up points.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
All
so
right,
I don't know. I'm feeling good about him. Right now, I feel good. All right, going into our second to last matchup here in the LOMP League, we got CD's Nuts, Matt Dunn versus Super Lamario Brothers, our champ and current first place holder after week 1. The tribal chief himself, Wayne Delvecchia. All right, quick takes here. CJ Stroud versus Lamar Jackson. What are we thinking?
Lamar Jackson, complete stud. Complete
Total stud, right?
Yeah, absolutely wonderful pick to have as your keeper. So well done there, Wayne.
Going into Cleveland.
Yeah. They're going to destroy them. I think that although I got to say sometimes these divisional matchups tend to be more of a defensive slugfest, and we don't see that much out of our quarterbacks in those games. But I'm optimistic about Lamar this week.
Sure.
What do you think,
Yeah,
Josh?
Another horrible defense.
Yeah,
another terrible defense. I mean,
Josh,
I really feel like. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask Josh, how do you like Stroud for this matchup on a Monday night prime time against Tampa Bay at home?
That's tough. I mean, Tampa's defense is pretty decent. I mean, it all depends on what Stroud you get this week. Yeah, it was kind of like we were just talking about Jar Jar. Last year he was either on or off. You'd either get a bunch of yards and a couple touchdowns, or meh. And I feel like Stroud's the same way. So it's gonna be tough to see what Stroud we get. If he gets protection, then he's got a rocket.
Yeah.
So he can put up big passes, but we'll see what we get.
So I am leaning towards Super Lamario Brothers for this game, for this matchup. I feel like the firepower on Wayne's side is going to be enough to propel him to victory here. I like a lot of the combos here he's got, especially in wide receiver. I like Mike Evans. I know he's got Lad McConkey on the other side. We were just talking about, Jar Jar. He's got Travis Hunter on his side. I mean, Garrett Wilson had a nice game last week, and that's going to be interesting to watch. I don't know. I'm feeling, the Jalen Waddle thing, I think, is going to be a not great lineup there. And then I would look at the super flex. I think Spencer Rattler's not going to really get it done versus Caleb Williams. So I don't know. I'm of Super Lamario Brothers. I think Tribal Chief is going to be triumphant. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I concur.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, Dunn might want to think about sitting Tracy and starting Chubb. I don't know.
I would start Chubb over Tracy.
I'm afraid of Rattler too. I think Rattler's just gonna get demolished. I feel
like it's only gonna matter of time before he just gets hurt. Not that I want to see him get hurt.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but I do think that it's highly likely that any week now he doesn't finish a game, whether it's injury or he gets benched. But
I
would
know
not be confident in playing him.
He's got Tyler Show on his bench, but I don't know if that's real. I mean, may want to think about making a trade there. Just out of curiosity, Dunn. You may want to think about offering a trade to boost up that super flex spot a little bit. Just throwing it out there. All right, so we're all in agreement on that. Super Lamario Brothers. All right, moving on to our last matchup in the LOEMP League here. Keith's cool team versus Tina Suck My Dicka. And right now, Tina jumping out with 54 points on this based on Thursday night's performance. Projected winner, but not by a lot. A very slim margin. And Keith's cool team sitting in second spot right now, second place. Right away, Josh Allen versus Justin Fields in the QB1 spots. Josh Allen going into New York, playing the Jets at 1 o'clock.
Play against each other too. Yeah, that's going to be a great game to watch. I'm excited for what Fields can do. Lamar certainly put up great points against Buffalo. So can Fields do it again? I think so.
I got to tell you, even though the Jets lost that game, offensively, that's the most exciting I've seen the Jets play in years.
Yeah, it was great.
Fields had a great game.
Yeah. I mean, he was great. He looked good. He looked really good. Is that going to be what we're going to get? I don't know. Let's see.
Tina, I know internally we've talked about this in our group chat. Tina, the tight end whisperer, starting Tucker Kraft, having a wonderful breakout season so far.
Boom.
And you can't help but get excited for what the rest of the year looks like with that guy on your roster. And for this matchup in particular, it served her very well. She jumped out to a 54 to 9 point lead and is the projected winner. and that will be my pick for this week. Although it is super close and it is super hard because Keith also has a very, very solid team. But I'm gonna go with Ditka on this one.
All right, there you go. Suck my dicka on that one. Where are you at, Pablo? Sorry, Josh.
I'm in the same boat. Gonna go with Tina on this one. It just looks too stacked up. And again, we were talking about Scatabo before. She's got him in there, and I think he's gonna get way more than he's projected. So I think that's gonna really push Tina up over.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very close one to call. I love both sides of the field here with the lineups and all that, and both sides have a lot to offer. So, I mean, for me, it's a coin toss. So, I think just in the effort of making it interesting, I'm gonna go with Keith's cool team just because I feel like it's too close to call. So I'll just make it interesting, and we'll see what happens. So I'll go with Keith's cool team on that one. So we're both in agreement on. Or not, you and Pablo and Josh are in agreement. Suck my dicka. I'm going to go with Keith's cool team to keep things interesting. All right, guys. Well, hey, those are our picks for the LOEMP League. For Radio Garden State listeners, we're going to be wrapping up this audio feed at 11 a.m. But if you'd like to continue listening to the show as we go through our picks for the Dirt League, bounce over to Facebook or YouTube to continue watching the video feed. So just as a reminder to our Radio Garden State listeners, you can keep watching and listening to the show over on Facebook and YouTube because we only have an hour on Radio Garden State, and I don't want to overstay our welcome because there's other shows that come on. But we continue though to keep listening to Radio Garden State if you want to hang out and listen to some really good music coming up next. All right, let's move in to our Dirt League here and do our picks for that. But before we do, I do want to thank our sponsor for not only Radio Garden State, but also for this show, which is Savvy Seats, SavvySeats.com. Guys, SavvySeats.com is our official ticketing partner here at Radio Garden State and a Touchdown Talk, and should be your option if you're looking to get tickets for Jets and Giants games. They have great tailgate packages. Of course, even if you're looking for last-minute tickets for See Here Now, which is happening this weekend down in Asbury Park, they have got your tickets. Also, Broadway show games, baseball games, World Cup games coming up. They've got your tickets. So head over to SavvySeats.com. That's SAVVY seats.com and use code RGS10 for $10 off your order at checkout, courtesy of Radio Garden State and this show, The Touchdown Talk. SavvySeats.com. Get your tickets right now. All right, guys, let's do it up. Let's get into the dirt picks. And once again, if you guys have any other fantasy football questions, please feel free to throw them our way, and we will do our best to share our limited knowledge with you as we figure out who we can help you with. So, all right, getting this transition over here so that way I can.
Very good. As you do that, Chris, I'm actually searching on my end for a quick link. I know these leagues, both of them are public, so if anyone cares to look them up and follow along, Josh actually was just mentioning, do we have a link for our Dirt League? And I do believe we do because they are set to public. So I'm searching for that right now as we look through the matchups for anyone else to try to follow if they choose to do so.
That's right. Yeah, both these leagues are
public. I have to use the snipping tool to take a quick snip. So
okay. Yeah, there are. I just head over to the fantasy, our football league page on fantasy Yahoo Fantasy, but both leagues are public, set to public. So if you want to follow along with us, just head over to football.fantasysports.yahoo.com and you can search it up that way as well. That is a way to do it. All right. Once again, quick reminder to our Radio Garden State listeners, the feed is about to cut off at 11 a.m., but if you want to keep following us, head over to Facebook or YouTube to continue watching the show. It's on my personal Facebook page, or also you can watch it on the Touchdown Talk Facebook page or my own YouTube channel. All right, guys, bouncing it over right now. Here we go. All right, Dirt League. Pablo, what is Yahoo picking as our game of the week in the Dirt League?
All right, so this week for game of the week, Yahoo has selected Uruguay versus Show Me Your Touchdowns. Uruguay, that happens to be my team. Very proud and happy to manage Uruguay. Ended up winning last week with the highest week total of week one. So Uruguay currently sitting in first place. Show me your touchdowns. Also got a win and ended up in third place this week. So for that reason, I believe Yahoo has flagged this as the matchup of week 2.
There you go. All right. So quick look at this one as our game of the week. Officially, right now, Uruguay projected as a landslide victory over Show Me Your Touchdowns. So right away,
Looking good so far.
Josh Allen versus Jalen Hurts. That's our QB matchup in this one. And then looking down, we got a lot of great wide receiver stacks here. I like this. JSN, DK Metcalf, Derrick Henry on running back, Mike Evans, Keenan Allen. Josh Jacobs already went on his side with a nice 14 points. So quick reactions to this. Josh, I'll throw it to you.
Yeah, those stacks are good. I mean, Keenan Allen, we were just talking before about Pollard.
Yeah, we were.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah, that was a question.
So there they are. And then Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts is the matchup we had in the LOEMP. Geno Smith. I'd love to know who's the other QB on that squad, but if that's who you've got to play, then throw him in there.
All right. Well, there you go. So who you picking with this one then?
I'm going with Pablo.
Yeah, Uruguay. I'm also with Uruguay as well on this. I feel like it's insurmountable.
Very good, very good. I love what I hear. Kenny Pickett is backing up Gino. Just Aiden O'Connor is still on that team as well. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that'll be Gino. I have Sam Darnold on this roster as well, but I'm sticking with Gino for at least for this week.
I think that'd be good. I mean, I like this matchup, so I would stick there as well. Oh, we got a double header too on Monday.
Double header on Monday night.
Double header on Monday night. Wow.
Late game.
Late one.
Yeah.
Woo. I'll be in bed.
Yep.
Pablo, can you pronounce the name of your linebacker?
Of my linebacker, we've got so we've got Jordan Brooks. That is my linebacker. And Foyesade Olokun.
That's better than what I would have said, my bud.
and I don't think I did the gentleman any favors by trying to pronounce his name. Sorry about that, my friend. But anyway, one thing we didn't get a chance to talk about on the show is the fantastic game that Derrick Henry had. I know we've talked about little bits and pieces here and there, but his performance on Monday night or Sunday night, despite him fumbling and actually costing the team the game, which was quite tragic to see, he had such a fantastic game. It certainly inspired me to find within the internets some images to put Derrick Henry holding a football, wearing a Uruguay jersey with number 22. That's actually currently my team logo for Team Uruguay in the Dirt League.
Yes.
And he's been fantastic. Like I'm extremely excited about this season with Derrick Henry. After such a strong week 1 performance, I think this is definitely going to be a league winner type of player.
Yeah, I mean,
182 yards is
ridiculous. He
ripping off 50 and 40-yard runs like nothing.
I know. He's a freak in all the best ways. And if you can get this fantasy performance out of him, I mean, you can't ask for a better fantasy performance out of a running back. I mean, really insane. No. So we'll see if he can keep it up. I have a feeling he will. So
just a little pine tar on his gloves this week, and
he should be okay.
Trying to see if I could blow up the picture that of your team, but I don't think I can. But yeah, I think if you guys can see it, he's got the little image there, which is great. So looks good, I mean we're all in agreement on this one. Uruguay for the win.
Yep, Uruguay. Let's go.
Uruguay. All right, let's do it. Let's go Uruguay. All right. You know what we'll do? We'll go down and we'll leave my matchup last. So we'll go Moose Knuckles versus Bodie McBoatface, number 2 versus number 8. In this matchup. And right now, Moose Knuckles, the projected winner. And once again, here's a name that we've been talking about. Lamar Jackson versus Kyler Murray in the QB1 spot. But then looking down, not too shabby running back, wide receiver room. Jacoby Myers and A.J. Brown on one side. Brian Thomas Jr. and Garrett Wilson on the other. and then James Conner, Bijan Robinson, and CMC, Chuba Hubbard. So some good names here. Good starters on both sides of the fence. What do you guys think? Fast, quick thoughts.
Very strong week 1 performance from Moose Knuckles.
Yeah.
I know Bodie had a decent game as well, but didn't quite have enough to come out with a win. Moose Knuckles came out swinging. He overcame. Let's point this out. He overcame a dud performance from AJ Brown, and still had one of the top 2 highest scores of the week. So I think this will be my pick this week. It'll be Moose Knuckles. I think his team is super strong, and he's got CMC on his team. If CMC stays healthy and continues to be a solid reference on this team without Brock Purdy, without George Kittle now, I think Moose Knuckles is in for a monster season.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I love. There's so many great players on his team if he can stay healthy, and he's even looking at his bench. I mean, he's got Calvin Ridley. He's leaving on his bench right now, and Brenton Strange, who I did start this week, by the way. I did bench at Evan Ingram, and I am starting Brenton Strange because I feel like he's in line to start having a big season. But he's got some nice players on his bench. Listen, I looking at this and looking at the performance so far, I think I have to go with Moose Knuckles as well. I think Bodie's gonna kind of struggle a little bit. I mean, she's got some great players here on her team, but I think the QB1 spot is just gonna be kind of insane. So I think there's gonna be a lot of points put up on Moose Knuckles' side.
Josh, which way did he go?
Yeah, I'm going with Moose Knuckles. I know we talked about it before, but I think Trevor's going to have a lot more points than he was projected. So it's just going to make it even harder to overcome.
Yeah,
with looking like a 20-something point.
Yep. All right, so there we are. We are all in agreement on Moose Knuckles for this matchup. Moving right along into our third matchup here, Manja versus Ginger Ninja, number 9 versus number 10. And right now, Manja, the projected winner, 149 to 140. But Ginger Ninja jumping out with some points already. Jaden Daniels and her QB1 putting up 21 points versus Dak Prescott on the other side. And then we look down T. Higgins, Ladd McConkey, Devontae Smith versus Devontae Adams, Saquon versus Jonathan Taylor, and a bunch of other great names here. What are you guys' quick thoughts?
Taking Ginger on this one. I think Dak's going to get knocked around a little bit by that Giants defense. I have more faith in them, I think, than you guys do.
You probably do, because I don't. But
the Ninja's out to a strong start, and one area that I want to point out to our dear Heather, if she's listening, and if not, I'll try to catch up to you later. She's got Dallas Goedert in her starting lineup, who has been ruled out for week 2 as a tight end. So I think that upon replacing that starting lineup player, she will improve her projection. And since she's got the points on the board, that'll be my pick. I think I'm going to choose Ginger Ninja for the win in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be, obviously, when she makes that move, that'll help significantly. Also, leaving Bo Nix on the bench right now. Bo Nix is on the bench. She's
interesting
right now, starting Aaron Rodgers, who we talked a little bit about that. George Pickens is also on the bench as well there. So some interesting bench. I don't know if she's had a chance, as you said. Obviously, I don't think she's had a chance to really go through this yet. But while I did pick Manja Magic in the other league, I do think Ginger Ninja can pull this one out this week. So I am going to go with Ginger Ninja. And Josh, you were Ginger Ninja as well, right?
Correct.
All right, so that's all 3 of us there going for the Ninja. We do have a couple of quick questions, guys, coming in from YouTube. Trone Force asking, he said, Jaden Daniels had an MRI on his knee. I was thinking about picking up a QB, but would have to drop either Goddard or Garendo. He goes, and he has CMC, by the way. Would you pick up Geno, Trevor, or A-Rod? I have DK.
So, I was actually concerned about the news about the MRI on Jaden Daniels' knee.
I mean, anytime you hear that, you got to be a little concerned.
Yeah,
and it's good.
Our resident commander on the show. What info were you? I'm sure you were interested and went out to find out what's going on. What's the full extent of this? Any input you could share with us?
I mean, so far from what I've seen, it was just one radio host that brought it up. So I don't think anything has confirmed that that's accurate information. I think if it was, we would have absolutely heard about it. It would have blown up over the interwebs. So
but in the event that it could be true, so hypothetical here.
Well, I would be very upset.
No, I know that, but I'm saying in terms of this question, if he's going to look to pick up a QB out of these 3 QBs, who would you pick up, knowing that he has to do a drop here?
Yeah, it's got to be Jar Jar.
Yeah, I mean Jar Jar versus Geno. I think I would take Jar Jar.
Yeah, A-Rod. That's not even a question, really.
A-Rod had
just
one
to be
good
clear
game.
for the audience, who are we referring to with Jar Jar?
We are referring to Trevor Lawrence.
Very good. Very good.
He's the quarterback.
Yeah. I definitely would go with Trevor Lawrence as well. I do want to say I like A-Rod going forward for it, depending on what matchups he has. I think you could definitely play him at home, and he is playing at home this week. So I do like the option to have Aaron Rodgers as a third quarterback on my team that you can stream when the matchup is appropriate. In terms of who to drop, I'm assuming that if you're considering to drop Goddard, it's because you have another tight end. So I'm one of those managers that doesn't necessarily care to have 2 tight ends on my roster. So I would definitely lean on dropping Goddard. If you had to choose one of those 2 players to drop, I would keep Garendo, just because if you do have CMC and you're uncertain of the future, keeping Garendo is not a bad move.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. So hopefully, Tron Forest, that advice helped you there. All right, another quick question. Jay Smells coming in from YouTube. Should I try and trade Devontae Adams and JCM for a wide receiver upgrade? Well, it's a little bit of an open question because we're not sure who's available to you.
Well, in a trade, I guess you could target a better wide receiver than Devontae Adams, for sure.
For sure. I mean, there's a bunch of them out there if someone's willing to make that trade.
JCM, I'm going to need some assistance here with making sure I'm clear on who we're talking about there with JCM.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm sitting there trying to figure that out because I'm blanking out on who JCM. Is it Krosky Merritt?
No, yes, this is Bill. We're talking about Bill here.
Bill. Yeah, sorry, thank you. We need some quick context here. Bill. Yep, Merritt, and I just see you came in too, Jason. Thank you. I mean, Bill is somebody I would hang on to.
Yeah,
Bill.
I would. Yeah, especially with what happened to poor Eckler. I love Eckler. I wish that's not what happened, but he's a rookie, so it's really hard to not get too carried away. But I really think that the sky's the limit with Bill right now. I mean, he should be the lead back. At least that's what I think.
I mean, I think he's gonna. He's definitely in place to be the lead back now that Eckler's down. So I don't know, man. I mean, I would hang on to him. I mean, I don't know who your other wide receivers are either. I get wanting to upgrade from Devontae, where he's at, and if you have an opportunity to do that, but I don't know. Unless you're really kind of also stacked at running back. I mean, you could get good value for Bill. I mean, he's probably going to be an RB1. So
that's a really wonderful point to bring up. If you're stacked at running back, and with Bill's arrow pointing up, you can flip him without having done anything yet.
All right. And he's coming in right now.
There we go. What do we got?
He's coming in with some more context. He goes, I just feel like my RB room is good. I have Saquon, JT, and Henderson.
Okay. Yeah.
And his starter at wide receivers, Devontae and Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson's great. Hang on to him. So, I mean, you could probably get some good value for Bill, knowing that he's going to be RB1. And somebody who's lacking at RB1 might be willing to give up a good receiver. So,
for sure. Go find that Eckler owner and, offer him
there you go.
Offer him a trade. Or anyone else, really. I don't know, Josh, what your thoughts are. But with that context, I do like the opportunity to capitalize on what just happened, and with JCM's value on the rise, make a move now if you can, because it doesn't look like you would be starting him anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually I have Bill and LOEMP, so
Yeah, you do.
holler
That's
at
right.
me.
That's right. Somebody might be making a trade with you. Incoming trade. All right, well, cool. Hey, Jay Smells, I hope that helped a little bit. He's just saying too, maybe Devontae and JCM for BTJ. Thank you. Sorry, English is hard this morning.
Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, maybe, man. Absolutely. I mean, that would definitely be an upgrade.
Yeah, I would do that if I could, especially with the rest of your roster. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just Trone Force just giving us some more context from before. He goes, he picked up Strange as Goddard's replacement, so he did pick up a replacement. So I think that's a great pickup. I have him on my team as well. So all right, well,
Strange.
great. Hey, yeah, Doctor Strange. Hey, thanks guys for the questions. You guys are great. Thank you for asking them. We're just going to continue picking our picks, but if you have any more questions, throw them on in the chat. We'd be happy to answer them here for you while we're still on the air. So we did do our picks on this matchup. Let's move on to the Sicilians versus Sharkbait. Another Tina team who, everybody picked her to lose and picked me to thrash her last week, and it was the absolute opposite. She thrashed me. As we said, none of my starters performed. It was a complete, everybody was a bum on my team last week, and Tina just completely beat me down. We'll see if this week holds the same. Right now, projections, she's playing Sharkbait, who was our league champ last year. Projections are tight, 151 to 148. Not a runaway projection here at all.
No.
Right away, looking at our QB1 lineups, Michael Penix versus Justin Herbert. Quick takes, guys. Quick takes. Looking it down. CeeDee Lamb versus Puka. Cortland Sutton versus Jalen Waddle. Omarion Hampton versus Ashton Genty. Thank you. Isaiah Pachenko, David Montgomery, and so on. Brock Bowers. Travis Kelce. Of course, Tina also still going with also doing the dual tight ends in this league as well. Big night with Tucker Kraft.
In the super flex. Ballsy move to put the tight end in a super flex. But look
rolling
at
the dice.
Oh, love it. Absolutely love it.
Tina rolling the dice and paying off, man. Love it, love it. So, yeah, quick takes, guys. Is Tina got a team here built for speed or what? I mean, is she going to be taking this league this year? She's going against the champ. What are her chances? I personally feel like she's got this one. I do. I mean, after last week, I think if she can repeat it, man, I think she's got this one. I think she's beating Sharkbait. That's my pick right off the bat. I mean, I took her for granted last week. I'm not going to do that again.
Yeah, I think she's got it, but I would definitely look at Pacheco. I'm not sold on him this season. And then Brock Bowers is questionable right now. He didn't practice yesterday, so we might not see him this week.
But she's got some interesting players on her bench. I mean, not high powered here, but interesting.
She does. Go ahead. What do you think?
I was going to say, I actually think Theo Johnson, even though projected at low points, I do feel like he is going to be somebody that, I mean, he did have 2 big drops last week, and that sucked. But, once again, Russell Wilson did not have a great week, so maybe that'll get fixed. But he could be somebody that I might consider. It's a risk. It's a big risky move there, though.
Yeah, it'll be tough. I want to say it's super close, and I do agree with you guys. Tina has a really, really strong team. Some of the options on Sharkbait's side inspire a little more confidence, at least for me. I like Herbert. I really like some of the choices he made at running back and wide receiver as well. So for the sake of picks, I'm going to pick Sharkbait in this one. He's also got Justin Fields, who I'm excited to see tomorrow. That will be tomorrow at 1:00. So that'll be my pick for this one, but it's very close.
Yeah. All right. So Josh and I are with Tina's team, the Sicilians, and you are going to be going with Sharkbait this week. So, all right, good picks, guys. All right, and here we go in the last matchup here, I'm sorry, nope, second to last matchup, BMF versus Swift Kick of Love, Ruben's team versus Kev's team. Both teams looking for a first win. My brother's sitting in last place right now with Swift Kick of Love. BMF sitting at 7th. We see JJ McCarthy, the Wonder Kid, versus Joe Burrow on my brother's side. And then we look at Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin, Amon Ra, Verzabuka, Alvin Kamara, Chase Brown. A lot of good names here.
Yeah, for sure.
Jordan Love, Drake May. That's the only Drake May is a good one too. Ah man, good projections too. 147 to 149. Close, very close, very even.
It is close. I think that BMF has an extremely strong team. That wide receiver duo there with Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra St. Brown is fantastic. He's paired Jefferson with McCarthy. So I, for one, am excited for things like that. He already had Love put up a lot of great points on Thursday night. He's starting Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown had a really, really good week 1. He was targeted quite a lot, 16 times in week 1 for from Patrick Mahomes. So definitely the player that I'm excited about. And I think that for this matchup, even though he's projected to be the loser, I think I would pick BMF.
Yeah. I'm feeling good about this, but yeah, I want to hear Josh's pick because I'm going back and forth a little bit. But go ahead, Josh. What is your assessment?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with BMF. Depending if Minnesota was playing somebody with a better defense, I would have some pause to think about it a little more. Pablo and I actually talked about this offline last week. I don't like QB wide receiver combos on the same team just because, if they both have a bad game, or if quarterback has a bad game, now your wide receiver's having a bad game.
Yeah.
But against Atlanta, that's going to be a feast of fantasy points.
Yeah, I'm on a BMF. I'm going to go BMF on this one.
Tough. We all went with BMF. You did too, Josh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we all went with BMF, projected to lose right now, but that's how strong we feel about the players he's got.
Yeah, I think he's got this one, but I think it's going to be close. This will be a fun one to watch throughout the day. Quick question here before we start to wrap it up, and I like this. I did put my answer in the chat, but question we're having in from Twitch here, Flava Dave 1991. Start Baker or Fields this week? I said start Baker. That was my very fast answer. What do you guys think?
Yeah, the Jets are in Buffalo, so I'm not taking Fields on that one.
I think they're playing
more reliable.
They're playing at home in New York, but or New Jersey, I should say. But still, against Buffalo is super strong. Lamar did it though, but he's Lamar though, so I don't want to expect us all to see Fields do the same thing Lamar did last week. I want to say, Baker is a less risky play.
Yeah,
but the upside with Fields is huge. So,
I know with the rushing. I'm gonna go with Baker just because he's consistent.
Yeah, I would go Baker as well, but that's being conservative.
You like the risk. You want to take the risk.
Well, if you're projected to lose, Baker might not cut it, and maybe you find that Fields has a huge game, and that's how you won your matchup. I mean, sometimes you got to take those chances.
Yeah. Huh? Well said, my friend. Well said. So hopefully that helped there, Flava Dave. All right, last matchup here to review, and then we are going to wrap it up for this week's edition of Touchdown Talk. My team, Killer Beers, sitting in 11th place, winless. I got beat down last week by Tina's team versus Prima Dolas Matador, who's sitting in 6th, who has a win. I am goose eggs right now. Gentlemen, your quick assessments. I had some big duds last week, hoping for a bounce back this week. What are your assessments? I'm starting Jared Goff in my QB1 versus Patty Mahomes. On the other side, Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, Malik versus Matthew Golden, Devon A-Chain, Kyron Williams, Kenneth Walker versus Breece Hall, and so on and so on. Your quick assessments in my super flex is Matt Stafford versus CJ Stroud.
What do you think, Josh? Or do you want me to go first?
I am
You're-
the projected winner.
I think
But
you're
not
on
by
mute
much.
there, my friend.
Whoop. And I make fun of people for doing that on Zoom calls all the time. I think you're looking good off the bat. I mean, Golden putting up a single point, that's big help. Goff's going up against Chicago, which their defense is meh. So I think he's going to get the points you missed for you last week. Neighbors against Dallas, I like that matchup. If Russell can get it done. But I think you're in good shape. I keep forgetting you guys have defensive players.
Yeah. Now, and I'm glad I almost started Jaden Reed. I'm glad I didn't because obviously it looks like he's gonna be done. Broken collarbone.
I was going to bring that up. You lucked out twice with him starting Golden and you not starting Jaden Reed. That was huge for you.
And I almost put him in, and man, I'm glad I didn't because it looks like he's pretty much done for at least most of the season, if not even the whole season, depending on when he can come back from that. That's a bad injury. The one I've been struggling with
on Ertz for 2 weeks, like I did.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
You slept on Ertz 2 weeks, like I did.
I know. I slipped on him for 2 weeks in a row, and boom, and look at that. The one question I have, guys, we've been talking about it. Charbonnet versus Kenneth Walker. Now, even though Kenneth Walker is RB1, Charbonnet looked like RB1 last week. What do I do? Do I toe the line, keep Kenneth Walker in, or do I? The minute I bench Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet is going to get like 2 touches the whole game. I just, what would you guys do if you were me?
This week, for me at least, I would keep Walker, but I would definitely be very alert and I would actually try to follow as much as I could in that game because I kind of feel like week 2 should truly be the additional piece of information that we need to make this assessment going forward for managers like yourself that have both players. Like, which one of the two do you start? I think if this week we continue to see more of what we saw in week 1, then it would definitely warrant benching Walker over Charbonnet. But I'm not sold on that yet. I need to see it. Walker is a really, really strong running back, and I think he's the running back 1 on the team, but he needs to prove it, and we need to see it. So let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a game time decision. I'd keep an eye on, see if there's any changes on Pittsburgh's defensive lineup, if there's any late line changes or anything like that, could give you a little. It's all right. I'm gonna stick with Ken.
Got it. All right. All right. So what do you guys? So in terms of who's going to be victorious in this one, who is your pick? Obviously, you guys all know who I'm picking. I'm picking myself, of course. But where are you guys at with this matchup here? Which is it's not a runaway, but I feel good. I also felt good last week, but.
I think you got this one. Goff, I think he's gonna put up some big points this week versus Chicago, and then Mahomes. Mahomes at Philly. He's Mahomes, but it's a pretty stacked up defense out there. So, it's entirely possible that he could put up quite a dud of a day. So, yeah, I'm going with Christopher Fracilio.
All right.
I think on paper you should. You're projected to win. I think on paper you should be the pick. However, I'm gonna go with Prima Los Matador. I think that we might be in for some surprises, and just looking through these lineups, I think there's a high chance that we may not see what we expect out of some players. We may see more than we expected from others. So I'm gonna choose Prima for this one.
All right, man. Hey, great assessment there. So there you go. You and me and Josh are both, of course, for Killer Beers, and my co-host has chosen to go with Prima de los Matador, which that is great. Good. Mix it up. Make a little controversy. I love it. All right. Well, hey, those are all our picks for this week in both leagues, the Dirt and League of Extraordinarily Mediocre People, LOEMP. If you do want to follow along, you can head over to the link. I will drop this in because I believe from there then you could search for us, but it's the football.fantasysports.yahoo.com. should be a way to be able to find our leagues if you do want to follow along and play along with us each and every week. Of course, we'll be back next Saturday for another episode of the Touchdown Talk. We'll be answering your fantasy football questions, reviewing weeks and picks and sleepers and who to start and all that great stuff. Want to thank you all for watching today. Thank you, Radio Garden State, for hosting the first hour of the show over on RadioGardenState.com, Odyssey app, TuneIn app. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and smash that bell so you get notified when we go live, which is every Saturday at 10 a.m. Gentlemen, final words for everybody heading into week 2 of fantasy football action.
I'm psyched for another weekend of football, even though we had a heartbreaking loss on Thursday night. And I work with a Green Bay fan, so I had to hear about it.
That's fantastic. How do you approach Sunday, Josh, when your team already, they already did their thing Thursday? Like, what? I know you're a huge fan and you're heavily invested with fantasy, so you're going to be paying attention. But do you enjoy it more? There's no stress. You're not invested from a personal team perspective. Like, what's your take on a situation like this?
Yeah, totally. It's, it takes a lot. It takes some of the stress out, and especially if it's like a Monday night game or a Sunday night game, you got the anticipate what you're thinking about it all day. Be like, what's going to happen? Now I don't have to worry about it. Now I can just enjoy the games, watch what's going on in fantasy. Obviously pull for the Giants this week in a major way.
Yeah. Let's go Giants.
Okay. One more thing. A big happy birthday out to Kevin Vigilio, making it to 40. I'm sure he's not watching the show right now because he's old and he needs to sleep in.
I don't blame him.
Big shout out to Kevin on his 40th. Yeah, for sure.
That's right. We'll all be together very shortly to celebrate and rage this weekend with him as he celebrates.
Absolutely.
40 years young.
Well, good luck to everybody out there. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Good luck to you with your matchups. Week 2 is here. It's super exciting Sunday. Doubleheader on Monday night. So let's keep our hopes up that our teams will deliver, and may the best fantasy football managers win.
Yeah, 100%. Everybody, make it a great rest of this weekend. Enjoy yourself tomorrow. Get those trades in. Start looking at trades. Now's the time, especially after week 2. Let's see where the cards land, as they say, and start thinking about those trades. We had some great questions today. Thanks for everybody for tuning in and watching, and we'll see you guys next week on another episode of the Touchdown Talk. Yeah, let's go.